let's go into our trending topics now. And there are quite a few, and of course they are changing. And I need to tell you, remember, we do these trends very early. They probably at about 5:30, between there. So we try and leave it as late as possible before we get on air, and then they just keep changing as we're on air. So that's something that you must know, is that the trends are forever changing. But the one that was there when I went to bed last night and still there when I woke up was Thabo Mbeki. So as you know, we also had it in the news. Thabo Mbeki was giving a lecture, and this lecture was at UNISA, and he was addressing students and diplomats at the University of South Africa in Pretoria. And he spoke about a range of issues. I mean, he spoke about, we covered that in the news, about the energy crisis, talking about, putting engineers and economists at the helm of Eskom. He then moved to the whole AIDS and HIV issue, is what people seem to have jumped onto. Take a listen to what he had to say about it.
Now, when people then say to me, HIV causes AIDS, I say one virus causes a syndrome. It is a whole syndrome of diseases with known causes. Causes of which tuberculosis are known, and it's curable. But it's part of the syndrome. So you can't say one virus causes all of these illnesses. What you can say is that this virus impacts negatively on the immune system. It impacts negatively on the immune system. It's that weakened immune system which results in the syndrome. But there's a consequence to that kind of thinking, which is, therefore, when you go to test and that test says HIV positive, the material, the flying sheets.
All right, so that's just a snippet from what the former president was saying. I mean, the former president has been very vocal about a range of issues lately, but this was the one that he decided to go to. Ben, he's saying, when people say to me HIV causes AIDS, I say one virus causes a syndrome. You can't say one virus causes all of these illnesses. What you can say is that the virus impacts negatively on the immune system. So people weren't too happy with some of the comments that came from the former president, just saying, please don't take us back there. Please, can we not go back to the years of HIV and ARVs and AIDS and the denialism, where many people had said, you've got literally the blood of almost 500,000 people on your hands, if not more. And these are the kind of things that were being said about this. And HIV AIDS, I'm not sure that should be a conversation that we should be talking to. He was responding to a question, though, and he was asked, is there anything you feel you would have done better, especially with HIV AIDS policies? And, he basically, in a nutshell, responded by saying, the questions I asked them, I still ask them today. So, you get a sense that he didn't really change much of his thought over the years. But let's leave that one there. So that's a big talking point that people seem to have clutched onto with regard to Thabo Mbeki and the HIV AIDS discussion in his lecture yesterday. All right, Mkhize. So Mkhize trending. Look at this. He got a resounding thumbs up from Ekurhuleni as their choice for the president of the ANC. So they are, of course, as you know, they are the massive ones that of course have the largest stake in that. So basically, this is what he is now being touted as being. eThekwini is saying they endorsed Zweli Mkhize for party president and Paul Mashatile for deputy president. So there's a very interesting one to be watching, and this is quite a big one. So all of the chairpersons and secretaries of the ANC branches, they want him, gave him the double thumbs up, and it is the biggest, and they're going to lobby the other KZN regions, is what they have said. This is what they said yesterday. So there we go, Mkhize and Mashatile, the big ones. Zone 14, remember this? Oh, you kidding me? We don't have the song. Oh no. The whole point was about the song, because that's what people were talking about on social media last night. What was the best theme song that South Africans ever had? And Zone 14 was the one that they kept on speaking about. So that was a nice trending topic. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought we had a video for you that we could play and bring some beautiful memories up for you. So anyway, wasn't to be. But do you agree, Zone 14? Do you think that was one of the best theme songs that we ever had created from one of our sitcoms or series here in South Africa? So there you go, Zone 14, also a big trending topic. And then Home Affairs, I think it's all relating to a big bust that was made for a syndicate here in South Africa. Unfortunately, nothing new, that we have seen this before, but this is where Home Affairs have bust a syndicate selling passports and identities in South Africa. And they said that they pounced on some corrupt officials, and quite a big one at that. So that's what they were saying. Bangladeshi national wanted as well for fraud in eThekwini, arrested during Home Affairs blitz in Gauteng. So at least a bit of good news, but still an ongoing problem.